Hi, and welcome back to Wellness Wednesdays here at Spine and Rehab Specialists. Again, I'm Earl Hayden, one of the physical therapists here, joined by Chris McMillen. Today, we're going to show you 6 different ideas of how to tackle flat feet. Now, flat feet, is it always a problem? Sometimes. Maybe it isn't, maybe you have it and you feel fine. But if it is causing a problem, here's some things you could try to help you out. So the first place you want to start is when you look, if you're having some issues with flat feet, is do you even have the mobility in the foot or the ankle to even correct that? So what Chris here is going to do, he's going to do a little stretch where he's just kind of like tilting that angle, pulling that in like that. So we're working on stretching over here on these ligaments on the side, but also to kind of twisting right here through the midfoot, making sure this mobility is even present. Some people don't have a lot of that, so that's something you need to tackle more of. You could definitely do that. So maybe do brief holds, 5, even like up to like 30-second holds, 5 to 10 repetitions should be good. All right, and just kind of work that mobility there. A lot of times when we're having the flat feet, we need to work on these muscles over here. We gotta work on the calves, but also some of these ones that are on the inside that go down and help support that arch. So what we're doing here is Chris has a ball between his heels, so he's gonna do a little calf raise, squeezing on that ball. That's gonna help turn on these muscles. You can do anywhere between 10 to even like 30 repetitions. High reps is good. All these muscles are designed for endurance, so the more you build them up, the better they'll be able to handle the stress and just kind of control that arch position throughout the day. Another basic thing you can do, you can just like grab smaller objects with your feet and learn how to control all those smaller muscles around there. So what we're using here are just marbles. So Chris laid out a towel, he's got some marbles here, and he's gonna pick them up with his foot and place them here in this mug. So you just wanna, it doesn't take a lot, but just do a bunch of these, just building up the endurance of those muscles. And if you feel more comfortable with this, you have more control over those foot motions, you can do this while standing. So you're working on the balance on the opposite side, working on that feedback, learning how to just grab that. So it becomes just a little bit more functional and it translates better to other everyday skills and athletic activities. So next exercise we can do are band walks. Okay, so we're stepping out to the side with the band going around the forefoot. So that band is trying to push that roll, make those feet roll in. So you're pushing out, trying to prevent that roll in, finding that band. Okay, so Chris is taking nice short steps here, keeping the tension on the band. You're going to feel this working a little bit on the outside of the ankles, maybe a little bit on the inside, but definitely you're going to feel this on the side of the hips. Really working those glutes. And that, if you get stronger here, that'll also give you better control over the whole leg and foot position. So strengthening the hips and the knee is super important for this as well. You have to train the whole leg. Another thing we can work on, trying to work on flat feet, is just learning how to master the basic squat. So here, Chris is going to show squat with a poor technique. So we see the knees kind of caving in, all the ankles just kind of rolling in. We're just collapsing inwards here, okay? So some people, I mean, we have some bad habits. We can work on that. Is it the end of the world? Necessarily no, but it's something we can definitely correct. Best way to do this, you want to focus on driving those knees out, keeping the tension on the glutes right there, and also digging in with that big toe. Doing those things will help bring up the arch. And then go ahead and relax the toe. Don't let your knees collapse in. Just go ahead and just do it about and see this. But the minute he pulls those knees out and digs in, even just pushing down with the toe, we see that arch come right up, okay? So learning how to control that will carry over to a lot of other activities too. Now once you've mastered all those things, you want to step that up. The big thing is you want to be able to support yourself on one leg and still control the position of that foot and the ankle. So one way we can challenge that a little bit more is using a decline surface. Here we have a wall board and Chris is standing on the edge and he's just going to stand there. So we can do that with the legs straight, and all of this is basically, this position is trying to force his body to fall up that way, but these muscles over here are pulling him back this way, preventing him from falling, and that's also helping to pull up on the arch. We can advance this a little bit just by simply bending the knee a little bit. That forces him to engage his glutes a little bit harder, work those quads a little bit. We can add a single leg Romanian deadlift or single leg RDL. And just going through that same motion. So you're still working on strengthening the entire hips and leg while challenging the ankle. And of course, we can even do this with a Bulgarian split squat. So there's a Bulgarian split squat. Again, still challenging the ankle and still developing the strength in the entire leg. And those are 6 different stretches, exercises that you can do to work on flat feet. If you have any more questions or you're still having problems with that and that's causing some pain or some issues, come and see us. Come check us out. We can do a free consultation, free little screen, and try to see if physical therapy is the best course for you, or do you need to go back to your doctor and take a closer look at things. So join us next week, as always, for next Wellness Wednesdays. We're going to give you more exercises to keep you moving and help you just enjoy life. And of course, join us tomorrow for our Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays, where our leader Harry is going to go over flat feet in more detail and what that is, what that means, and how we can go about fixing that here at Spine and Rehab Specialists.